Stop waiting for your husband and start preparing for your husband. And technically, you are waiting because when you're doing it God's way, you have to trust his plan. And sometimes his plan takes a little longer than we like. And you have to make peace with that. And while you're waiting, instead of looking at it as waiting, just say, okay, God has given me more time to prepare. Because when you view it as waiting subconsciously, you are worrying about when, where, and how. And even who. Like, who is he? Where he at, Lord? Does he really exist? Does this dream man I imagine and envision myself being with exist? Yes, he does. Because guess what? You exist. If you exist, he exists. Now, here's the catch. You want the man of your dreams, right? But are you the woman of his dreams? I believe in my spirit, every person on this earth has another person that God designed specifically for them. Somebody who's their perfect match. But here's the thing. Most people are not in alignment with who God has called them to be. And that's why they never end up meeting that person. They get married, but it's not to their person. They just settled because they didn't rise up and become that version that is able to handle being with their dream partner. Because here's the thing, if you're insecure, if you don't feel like you're worthy, you might self-sabotage that marriage. God doesn't want you to show up as a half-ass version of yourself. He wants you to show up as your best self. Just like you want that person to have all these things that you have on this list, you need to make sure you're the person of their dreams. How you become the person of their dreams is by becoming the highest version of yourself, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Healing from your unresolved trauma, healing from your childhood wounds, working out. If you know deep down you need to lose some weight or you need to get in shape, you need to start working out and eating healthy, taking care of yourself. You also have to work on your mindset, how you view yourself, how you perceive yourself. Because a lot of women, on the surface, they seem confident, they act confident. Oh, I love how I look. I get my eyelashes done, my hair done, blah, blah, blah. But deep down, they don't truly love themselves. Subconsciously, they don't think they're worthy of having the man of their dreams. And I know because I'm going to be real. Deep down, I didn't feel like I was worthy. About a year ago, when I kept saying like, oh, I'm ready to be a wife, I'm ready to meet my husband, deep down, I didn't feel that I was worthy of him. Whoever him is, I didn't feel like I was worthy. And I really had to work through that because I had a lot of self-defeating beliefs. I was struggling with my self-esteem and battling who I was in the past, beating myself up for who I used to be. And God really had to work with me on that. And I'm so grateful God didn't connect me with my husband when I thought I was ready, because I wasn't. Me being who I am now and realizing what I know now, I realized I wasn't ready. And that doesn't mean you have to be perfect for God to connect you with your husband. But like I said, he wants you to show up as your best self, because your union with your husband is a reflection of him. Because like I said, when you're doing it God's way, you got to do it God's way, which means being patient, having faith in all circumstances, no matter what other people are saying. Oh, the dating is so terrible. It's so hard to find somebody, yada, yada, yada. You have to ignore all that. And you have to have faith no matter what your physical reality is showing you. If I exist, he exists. He's somewhere out there. No matter what people say. Wait on God. Do not settle. Do not let people make you believe the kind of love you imagine and envision for yourself doesn't exist. The only reason they think like that is because they don't have faith. And they look at love and marriages as something logical when it's spiritual. Love is spiritual. marriage, true godly marriage, is spiritual. So you have to be careful not to let those people get in your head, because they will consciously or unconsciously try to plant negative seeds. I know, because I've experienced that, and I really had to pray my way through that. Even though I'm not married yet, I know for a fact everything I'm saying is true, because I've listened to so many women's testimonies, and you can't deny that God brought them together. And it's because they were obedient. It's because they were patient, and they did not settle. They did not listen to what other people said about, well, you need to be more realistic, da 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 da. No, absolutely not. The devil is a liar. If you believe God is real, you have to know love is real, because God is love. And if God will give you the desires of your heart, write out a list of everything you truly desire in a husband and believe God for that list. Now, here's the thing, ladies. If your list is just, he gotta be 6'2", he gotta have long dreads, he gotta have a beard, blah, 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 that's superficial. I'm not saying you can't have your preferences, but instead of having specific attributes, physical attributes, just say, I want a man that I am physically attracted to, because you never know what you might be physically attracted to until you come by it. But make sure your list is things that you really need in a husband, things that your heart desires. It's okay to say you want a man that's a provider. You want a man that's a man of God. You want a man that has a sense of humor. You want a man that truly understands you and accepts you for who you are. Those are the type of things you should be focusing on when it comes to having a list. Do not settle. Do not settle under any circumstances. I don't care how old you are. I don't care about your past. I don't care if you got 3 kids. I don't care if you've been married twice. Do not settle. Do the inner work you need to do and be real with yourself about what you need to do to prepare for that dream husband, but still don't settle. Do not settle. If you have to talk yourself into being with that person, that's not your person. The person God has for you, you're going to know in your spirit. It's not going to be no hesitation. It's not going to be no doubt. You're going to feel like you've known this man for ages. While you're preparing for your dream husband, date yourself. Romance yourself. Wine and dine yourself. Take yourself out on cute little dates. Get sexy for yourself as if you about to go on a date with your husband. You have to treat yourself the way you want your husband to treat you. You have to pour into yourself the way you want your husband to pour into you. You got to be obsessed with yourself like you want your husband to be obsessed with you. Everything that comes into your life is a reflection of you. So if you want the good to come in, you got to be good to you. And last but certainly not least, keep God first. Keep God first. You keep thinking your husband is the prize, but you don't realize God is the prize. And you already have God, so why you tripping? Don't idolize your husband before he comes and when he comes. Keep God first. Let God be your husband. In the meantime, until he brings the physical husband, let God be your husband. Depend on God. Spend time with God. Let God be your provider. Let God be your protector. He can do it. He's more than equipped. You just have to trust him. I love you guys. I pray this message blessed you. If it did, you know what to do. Make sure you like it and make sure you're subscribed. Share it with one of your sisters who you feel needs to hear this message. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye.